Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving week.
Ooh, hi.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble. Yeah, I love a good gobble gobble.
A good gobble. Boy, I love a good gobble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Gobbling that neck, that turkey neck. That
all the way to the giblets.
All the way.
Gotta save them giblets.
You gotta pull it back.
Yeah.
The turkey neck.
Damn, I'm impressed,
to get to
Kelley.
the head.
Yeah.
You just turned me on, Kelley.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
Coming up in this episode, Kelley will be reviewing for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
The Toybox?
The Toybox, a movie about a camper.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. I liked it.
Oh, cool.
My mom will be so happy.
Yeah, I liked it.
And then our main attraction was a film from Alise's childhood called Impulse, 1984.
Yeah.
Super young Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Everybody was young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Bill Paxton in particular, I didn't recognize him.
Not Hume Cronin.
Not Hume Cronin, but youngish for Hume. That was the youngest he ever was.
That was a young Hume Cronin.
So he came out the womb up like that?
Well, he appeared in like the late 70s as like a 60-year-old man. And so in 1984, he was about 58.
Yeah.
And then quickly he moved back towards 90.
He was like little baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So quick intros. I'm Freddy, Amy,
Yeah.
Andy,
Hey.
Mikey B,
Mikey B.
and Kelley.
Boom.
And
That was a quick intro.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You like how quick I got in
loved
there?
it. Yeah.
Efficient.
This Wednesday, if you're a
Done
patron.
before you know it started.
Bye, show's over.
Yeah. It's so fast. We're the most efficient. This Wednesday, if you are a patron, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing a hangout on the Discord server, patreon.com/NOTLP. We're going to have a good time.
It's the most fun adult party night of the year.
Yeah, we're gonna
traditionally.
We're gonna have a naughty piñata in the shape of a pair of balls.
So they need to create an online piñata app where you can smack it together.
Oh, you don't have that?
Well,
I don't know.
we're probably going to draw some dicks, right?
We're definitely gonna draw some dicks, maybe some balls this time.
There's plenty of apps out there where you can smack it together.
Yeah.
So now we just need to
Chat roulette.
put a pinata.
Hey, we
on
could
it.
still do it on the viewing party.
That's true. Smack it together.
I was pantsless the whole time.
Hate you so much.
Nobody knew.
I've got
I think I was too. I was definitely in bed.
I was on the toilet at one point.
the whole time.
During every one of these we've
we
done.
heard you flush. I've got some moonshine that I bought in Pigeon Forge that I've figured out is all of it is good in Sprite, as Freddy
Sprite's
calls
Yeah,
it.
it's a universal mixer.
Yeah.
It's the magic.
I've got some Hunch Punch and some sour raspberry,
Ooh.
and I've got some salty watermelon whiskey.
Did you get the
Good
Sprite? The Sprite moonshine?
I got the Sprite moonshine,
And mix it with Sprite?
and I mixed that with Sprite.
And then you went
Very
back in time to when Sprite was invented.
I'm finding the universal mixer for drinks with coffee.
Oh yeah, true. Well,
But not-
no, I mean,
not
it's not
sour
the
berry,
call it
though,
a
right?
universal mixer, but what drinks mix with coffee well?
Ooh, Irish cream. We've been making Irish cream, and it is fucking good. Like,
How do you make it?
well, you have to ask Alise. I don't know, but you make it.
I mean, somebody makes it. Bailey's
what-
makes
You
it.
jerk off a leprechaun, I
She
think.
makes it really good. It's just cream and chocolate and coffee. I don't know. It's
Okay.
good.
I mean, I guess yeah. If you had cream,
And then it's really good in coffee.
had, like, booze.
And we make White Russians out.
Well, we
It's real-
survived in Dollywood on peanut butter whiskey,
Yeah.
which is delicious.
you'd think it'd be gross,
coffee.
right?
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Well, let me tell you, let's try Irish cream with just a little bit of Perrier. It's fucking unbelievable.
Really?
It's so good.
In my mind, it's not. In my mind, it doesn't work. I'm going to have to try it.
I know. You would think that. I would think that.
I trust.
But it really,
I trust the mix.
at least what she makes works really well. It's a keto version,
pairing.
but it's really, really good.
We'll call that the slide.
Yeah, it's the slide.
Slides on.
Goes in easy.
Yep, comes out
Don't
greasy.
you talk about Alise like that?
Well, doesn't go in too easy.
Well, speaking of coffee, we went and saw Frozen 2 yesterday, and thanks to a very good friend in this room, should I say, we snuck in some Di Serona.
Di Serona.
And we filled our coffees with Di Serona, which is amazing.
Di Serona. How do you say it?
Di Serona.
Di Serona or peanut butter whiskey? Which one?
Income.
You can only have one. You have 30 seconds.
Di Serona.
Di Serona has a lot of memories attached.
Yeah, that's true.
But that screwball peanut butter whiskey stuff. I started to say shit, but I shouldn't say that because it's very good.
So when you went the sentimental drink,
Yeah.
Di Serona.
We make our Disney nanas.
But what we found,
when you went the new memories, peanut butter whiskey.
remember the blend we made in Dollywood was Godiva liqueur. Liquor.
Because you're fancy.
Peanut butter whiskey.
I just rolled my eyes.
Yeah, and Di Serona
Yeah.
mixed together like equal parts.
That is not keto.
When I was at the
I
liquor
know.
store, I was getting peanut butter whiskey, and I said, any other request? And Freddie said, Godiva. Liqueur. And I
I was
went,
like,
it's fancy.
Godiva.
yeah, why not?
It's a fancy bottle, too.
I'll never forget our old dog Lucy. If you've been listening to the show for a long time, she was the tap dancing dog, and she loved a cat turd straight from the litter box.
Yeah,
all dogs.
Tess loves. We have to yell at her all the time not to eat the shit.
Well, I mean, sometimes you're like, "Thank you for helping me clean the litter
No,
box."
never.
And as Lucy
Never
got
that.
on in age,
Hey,
I was
don't-
like, whatever.
Don't you yuck her yum.
So I took her to the vet for something, and I was just like, she eats a lot of cat shit. And I don't really stop her because she's old and it seems to make her happy. And they're like, yeah, it's like Godiva for dogs.
Yeah, it is.
And they said, no worries.
we don't like her to do it because she gives kisses.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want shit mouth in my mouth.
Yeah.
I wonder why Godiva doesn't use that as part of their marketing campaign.
Like a dog eating cat shit.
It'd be funny if Tess took like bites out of them and put them back because it didn't have the metal she wanted.
Yeah. Or she told us what the different ones were. Like she pulled out.
yeah.
She'd be
Oh,
like,
she'd be able to tell all the cats.
Yeah, she's like, ugh, coconut. Ugh,
I
Penny.
love coconut.
the ones with the red stuff in the middle are too rich.
Yeah.
That's a gross sick cat joke.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to
It was
explain
a bloody cat turd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Everybody have a good breakfast this morning.
Okay. So yes, my friends. What
Yeah.
else do we got to talk about?
I lost my wallet at that movie when we went to Frozen 2, and I had to go back and go look under the seat. Second time that's happened to me.
I've lost my phone that way before,
Yeah.
and it's a nightmare trying to look under those reclining chairs
Yeah.
to try and find something.
At this age.
Now I always put it in Elise's purse usually.
yeah.
The awkward
Freddie?
part was
That's
Freddie
almost
did
straight
it
to
while
it.
the person was still in the seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, shut the movie down. I don't care. No.
Can I put my hand under your butt to look for my wallet?
I was like, whoa, sorry about that.
Worst part was the child.
Yeah,
Freddie.
they liked it
Wow.
Okay.
because they felt helpful.
Wow.
Yeah, he lost his wallet in the seat, which is again the second time that's happened, and I was a little bit like,
She was she was super judgmental about it.
to sound bad
She was a wife about it, though.
Yeah,
because
but
you lose it everywhere.
I've only lost it twice.
At the movie theater again.
In the movies.
At the movie theater.
Where else did I lose it?
You lose it in the car all the time.
Oh yeah, it's falling out of
Amy,
the car.
this is where I think you're going to have to check your woman privilege
I know.
because
I have a
this is
purse.
why I like cargo shorts.
Yeah.
It's the one time of the year when
Yeah.
you can wear cargo shorts that you don't have to worry about stuff sliding out of your pockets. And now women, not all women, but a lot of men.
Hashtag all women.
I guess fashion in general doesn't want us to wear cargo shorts anymore. So
Fuck them bitches. Wear what you want.
I think cargo shorts are
Seriously.
great.
I hear all these goddamn articles like, oh, sandals are gross. Cargo
wear-
shorts are gross.
I like
Leggings
cargo-
aren't pants. Fuck, wear what you fucking want.
Yeah.
Making
2020, because I'm
Yeah.
with you, Andy.
I'll wear a whole outfit made out of cargo shorts. I'll make my shirts, and
Cargo
a hat
shirts.
and a
Cargo shirts.
cargo shirt,
Cargo shirts?
cargo
Well, you get
jacket.
this
TM
vest.
it. TM it. You're an official TM
Are
factory.
you
Cargo
gonna-
hat.
It's going to poke out the waistband of the cargo pants. Like, no
I'm
sleeves.
gonna wear sandals with socks, and even though it's bad for my feet, I'm gonna do it just to make
I do
a
it in
point.
Disney because I wear Motivas, but sometimes it gets a little nippy at night, and I got to put socks on there and just fucking deal with it. I saw. We can all agree that Billie Eilish is a young person that is some sort of a fashion icon with her like baggy clothes and whatever.
Giant clothes.
Yeah.
Her Jinkos.
She was wearing.
I'm not super. I know a couple of the songs and who that person is, but I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. You don't have to.
I don't.
Great-
Listeners, I'm not trying to
great
say.
stuff.
Oh, I
Freddie
don't pay
loves-
attention to that.
You'd like
I
her
just-
videos.
I have seen a couple of her videos.
Yeah.
They were pretty cool. But I don't know that the songs like speak to me super too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it doesn't do too much for me. Freddie loves it, but she was
love it.
wearing
I do too.
a like a purse strapped to her ankle,
oh,
like a fanny pack, but for her ankle.
that's better.
And I was like, that seems no. It seems like every time
Seems messy.
I bang into things and
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I think
get in out of the car, we get caught on something.
super creative people dress real ugly.
Well,
The
wasn't there
more
something
creative the person,
about Albert Einstein and
the
his
uglier they dress. Usually.
Why'd you look in my direction?
I didn't look at you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Stephen King.
I'm putting
He
my top
dresses
hat
like a
on
dad, and he
leaving.
always has.
He
Goodbye.
always has. Yeah.
Yeah. Writers in particular, they don't wear their creativity on the outside so much.
I dress pretty cool.
But I would say painters, musicians, like they tend to dress kind of
sloppy.
Funky.
it's unique. Like I think fashion, whenever fashion like grinds against what we're used to, we interpret that as like, ooh.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to express themselves so hard all the time.
Yeah.
They have to even do it in their clothes.
I get it.
And then it's going to just be like, well,
I like to be stylish.
Though I will say something for professional wear in general, and even though maybe a writer would say like my whatever it's me doing me, it's kind of like you can almost spot that. Like for example, I had an opportunity to be around some my professional colleagues in the therapy realm, and I noticed how many men in the therapy realm like to wear their sweaters, their button sweaters.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
professional wear. You can almost spot a therapist from, because it's your professional wear. So I get it.
You know
but
what
you're
I
trying
think
to be
that is?
creative in whatever it
In
is
the
that
box
you
you've been
do.
given.
Yeah.
Don't you also feel like there is a the sweater thing it just projects you can trust that person?
Like Mr.
That's
Rogers.
exactly
Like Mr.
why.
Rogers.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's
yeah.
warmth.
Yeah.
What about
I remember-
Freddy Krueger? He wore a sweater.
In my 20s, I
He does
had
not
a
project
lot.
warmth.
Who wore a sweater?
I'm sorry, I just said Freddie Krueger also wore a sweater.
So
You're wearing
Mike's
it.
wearing the Freddy Krueger sweater right now.
Yes.
With the Cassie.
Yeah. With
Cassie scarf.
Cassie scarf.
Not exploitation.
Not exploitation. I love the scarf, Cassie.
Yes,
It's awesome.
good stuff.
But yeah, I just think you know what, you express yourself in that realm that
Yeah.
you're expressing yourself.
Your
And
limit,
for professionally, part of your professionalism is
Yeah.
to be creative in your box. That's how you get those people who are outside of
I get creative with boxes too.
outside of the box.
But I
So-
think like
That was so convincing, Andy.
I know, right?
I
Did your
love
panties
pussy.
drop?
don't you feel too though that like that artists like they don't have that box?
no. And yes,
Well, I mean they do. There is always some sort of box.
there's parameters.
God.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, wouldn't you say the artist's box is a little sloppier, a little looser?
It's always got Gwyneth Paltrow's head in it.
Yeah.
That's a big old box, huh?
What's in the box?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Oh,
Always.
that's what's in the box.
Yeah.
Basically, wear what you want.
Yeah.
It's the
Absolutely.
big gift this season.
Yeah.
That's our gift to you. Is validating your fashion choices.
And you're all getting Gwyneth Paltrow's head. All
We
the
haven't-
patrons.
And we haven't recorded since we had Steve Mitchell on Night of the Comic, have we?
No, I don't believe so.
Steve Mitchell, this guy is fascinating.
What does he dress like?
I don't know. He is the writer director of
Freddie's done with that one.
King Cohen, which is an awesome documentary about Larry Cohen. That is like the New York Times critics pick, right? I think it's been for a while, and 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's all. Have you seen it? Has anybody seen it? No, it's really good. If you don't know who Larry Cohen is, The Stuff, Q, The Winged Serpent, a bunch of other stuff. He worked on in television and blaxploitation and all this stuff. But not only is that fascinating and the subject of that documentary, the guy who made it, Steve Mitchell, is super fascinating. He wrote Chopping Mall.
Oh.
He worked at DC as an inker and Marvel during like the heyday of the 70s, the early 70s, when they were passing the torch to the new guys coming in. And he's got all these great stories, and he's making a documentary called True Believers. And Jason and I had him on. We talked for like 90 minutes, and we could have kept going forever. So we're going to have him back. But just fascinating.
That's awesome.
So that's on Night of the Comic, and you can listen to that whether you're a patron or not on our Patreon page or on Breaker. But I just want to make sure I said something about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I am. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh, Freddie, I remember because I was in the living room while they were having this discussion. I was like, gee, this is going on longer than their normal hootenannies that they have in this room when I'm not around.
Just the level of access.
And they came out and they were just glowing boys.
We were, because this guy was there. I mean, he's in a Batman comic. His image, like the artist drew him into it. And, but just like, it's just interesting. Like, he's got all these stories, and he was there like when Thanos was created.
Yeah.
He was, part of that conversation when the guy named the character, and how that character got his name is really interesting and funny. But listen to find that out. And it's just, he was there for all of these big seminal moments in comic history. And also, he's a horror guy, so we'll probably have him on this show too at some point to talk about Chopping Mall.
Is it that the guy that made him was like, oh, he thinks he's better than us?
That would have been even better.
Yeah, and you never even.
Yeah.
That's
good, Kelley. I like that.
Well, I can't reveal my secrets. The magician never tells.
He's part of the guild. You're part of the guild.
You should thank Paul for getting you in contact with him.
Yes, Paul Gauthier and Dan McEwen. You guys are great. Thank you so much for making that happen, because that was super special. It was like it's like living history. Not to say Steve's old or anything. I just meant.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. We get it, babe.
Because he's very youthful.
It's always nice to connect to stuff you love.
It really is.
You meant.
It's super romantic. It's almost like we had this whole Mad Men vibe of the stories, because the old generation, they all wore suits at DC and stuff.
Yeah.
They had like their coffee room where the young guys who are the hippies who are coming in.
Finger blasting secretaries left and right.
All kinds of finger blasting.
Yeah.
Just walking down the hall with their highballs and finger blasting secretaries.
Smacking butts.
Highballs and low balls
cigs,
out.
Yeah.
The good old days. We can finger blast somebody in public.
Yeah.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Well, you don't understand, as a DC and Marvel, everyone got finger blast. It was equal.
Yeah.
It just didn't matter.
Yeah.
Ditko.
Everybody. Yeah, Ditko.
Yeah.
Where did the dick go?
That's pretty funny, Andy.
Thank you.
I heard Jack Kirby had a real muscular, kind of craggy finger.
I'm sure he did.
Well, that's good. It's like ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or his.
It's upsetting.
Because it was equal.
Cool.
But it was real stinky.
Very cool. Conversation.
All them crags got like stuff in them.
Yeah. It was the 70s, Nobody understood.
Nobody moisturized their hands.
I feel the 70s were a stinky time.
Mike, you okay?
I feel like it smelled more back
I
then.
thought we were talking about the toys that you launch from your finger.
Oh.
Remember those?
Yeah.
What those called finger blasters? Where they had the little cush balls and the rubber bands, and you shot them across the room.
Did they call them that?
Or we're talking about something different.
Sounds
Very
like
different.
Sounds like a snack too.
It's like
I think so.
like a Duke cannon.
Oh, we were on our way to Dollywood. Speaking of old toys and everything, and I don't even know how we got on. We were in the car, got on this conversation of Burple.
Yeah.
Do you remember Burple?
I remember the name.
So we
was
start.
that the like, they're kind of like Popoids?
It was like a drink.
Popoids?
Oh, Burple.
It's a collapsible drink. It was like a plastic thing.
Oh, yeah.
You would have the Kool-Aid at the bottom of
You
the
would extend it and put your water in and
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Shake it up.
So that got us. So then Mike was like playing the commercial, the jingles and everything.
God.
And then we get on to other candies and foods from the 80s and 90s that are no longer around and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden this magical thing happened where the Alpine White Nestle commercial.
Oh, yes.
Do you guys remember this?
I do.
And Andy apparently
it was luxurious.
had been in this world for years and never told us and reminded us about this. I time traveled when I heard this song. Freddie, you have got to pull it up.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
So I was a all-pound white hipster.
This song, you know that thing where you just hear something and it strikes you physically and you remember a moment in time?
Yeah.
It's in that deep.
Whoo!
It's a good.
Yeah.
You got it, babe?
Good.
Yeah.
This song, it triggered like a lot of memories.
Trigger warning.
Wow, this is like you hear the beep. That's the countdown. This has the original clapboard on the front of it. This video
From
does.
86?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
In the video for this, do yourself a favor. And just look this shit up on YouTube because
This is white supremacy.
it's,
FYI.
there's an ice skater. I mean, it should be a cologne commercial or perfume commercial.
Which version did you watch? The winter version?
That was winter.
That's winter.
There is a summer version that I like better.
Oh my God, really?
Now, if any of our listeners are old enough to remember that from their childhood, I hope.
Congratulations.
I hope you weren't driving because I almost veered off the road.
Hey, I have the summer version, Andy. It says rare.
Ooh, it says rare.
That's why I like
Rare
it.
find.
So they're just dancing in a field because the weather's better.
The song's the same though,
Well,
right?
yeah, but it's
The commercial I like better.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The song's the same.
I like the
I'm
ladies-
very disappointed.
The ladies dancing with the sparklers I like.
Oh yeah.
And then Andy's like, Ugly Kid Joe did a version live.
It wasn't.
It wasn't Ugly Kid.
Joe?
Where'd you come up with Ugly Kid Joe?
Oh, wait, who was it?
It was Faith No More.
Faith No More. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Legendary band, Faith No More.
Yeah.
Not
All right, leave me
Flash in
alone.
the Pan, Ugly Kid Joe.
They're kind of the same, right?
No.
Okay.
Whoa.
Kelly.
Whoa.
Kelly just jumped across this table.
Oh, what?
One
Sorry.
free misnaming of a
I'm
band
sorry.
name.
Faith No More.
I don't know where I got Ugly Kid
are,
Joe.
as Freddie said, legendary, like fusion,
Nestle
funk,
song.
rock, all
Gosh.
kinds of things together.
It's okay, Amy.
Proggy.
People say the wrong things all the time.
They
And-
do. I just
And
pulled a Mikey B.
And you shouldn't be berated like Kelly did.
Not at all.
No, this is like
Or like
somebody
you do to
calling.
Mike.
You can't call Faith No More
Yeah.
Ugly Kid
But
Joe.
he deserves
All
it.
right.
It's like Abraham Lincoln being
Amy, the-
called like Genghis Khan.
The fun part is trying to figure out why you made that connection.
Yeah,
Just so
I
you
wanna
know,
go
as
back
someone who
through
does this
that.
all the time, when you figure out why you made the connection, you're going to realize you're really a
I'm
genius.
gonna call you.
Ugly
Yeah.
Kid Joe did cover Cat's Cradle, though. Cats in the Cradle.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
They
one of
did.
their 2 songs.
Yeah.
They
He
did.
did Hate Everything About You,
Yeah, I
right?
Hate Everything About You, and they did
Did the
Cats in the
guys have
Cradle.
similar looks? Because we watched the video.
they have
They had
Did-
backwards baseball hats.
Did he have long hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate everything about you.
See, that could have triggered somebody the same way the Alpine White commercial did.
Yeah.
So many people driving and crashing right now.
Yeah.
No shit though. That does look like a German master race video.
Yeah.
So you
Creepy.
just
Well,
be
I mean,
prepared for that. But
Nestle.
Speaking of favorite things, I want to give a shout out to Dawn. I don't know if can I say her last name, Cretin?
Yeah.
Jason's lovely wife.
Yeah, and Jason's
She
name is always on here.
recommended my current favorite thing that's happening to me right now in this whole
yeah.
Dolly society that's happening with the Netflix explosion. The Dolly podcast. It's like an 8-part episode. She told us to listen to it on our way to Dollywood, and I listened to it when I was in bed falling asleep, and it is so good. If you have any connection to Dolly Parton at all, or you want to have a connection, you're going to have a connection. Just listen to the podcast.
You shall be connected.
And it is called Dolly Parton's America. It is fantastic. So
Still need
big
to
thank you to Dawn to recommending that. And if you haven't found it yet, you're gonna love it. I
He
guarantee it.
guarantees that. Andy's watched all of Heartstrings
Twice.
twice.
Oh, really?
2 cycles?
I have no life. My life is Dolly, actually.
But we're in peak TV, and there's all kinds of things.
I know. It's like, I'm sorry, Mandalorian, but Dolly is my world right now.
Oh, the
And
Mandalorian.
I probably won't watch Mandalorian until after the 5th cycle of
You're watching the
Heartstrings.
Mandalorian.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine little baby Dolly? Oh, my God.
I was thinking more of her in the armor.
We saw her when she did the baby talk. Remember that?
Yeah.
They did that version in the Dolly Parton show where she's like when she was a little girl and she does the baby talk.
Oh, the My Family.
She always baby talks anyway.
That's true.
Well, it was also like a secret language. It was like one of those
Like
twin languages. Yeah.
Pig Latin.
Well,
Pig Latin. It's not
Chickabay.
secret.
I'm with
Oh, she was doing Pig Latin.
with Andy on the Netflix special is fantastic. The second episode is something special. It might be the best holiday present she's given us since Hard Candy Christmas. But she does like a whole like be who you are, love who you are. And when you hear from Dolly, it's like a special blessing magic wand that hits you on the top of the head and says, you're good just the way you are. So she even has a little shout out for trans, gays. I mean, everything. She says it in that. And I just thought that was really awesome that she's doing that because her market may not, and you'll learn this if you listen to the podcast, may not necessarily be all in with that.
Sorry.
It's pretty beautiful that she says
I
that,
apologize,
unlike
Dolly.
Andy. Yeah, Andy
She didn't
tainted
mean
that moment.
the way you are.
Yeah.
That was definitely
Andy
not.
threw up in his own mouth a little bit from the self-loathing he has.
Self-loathing. No, Andy loves it too. But yeah,
Dolly is the one thing we can all get behind.
Yeah.
2 doors down.
I'll get behind Dolly.
I knew it. I knew you were going to do it. I looked at you.
I didn't want to disappoint you.
Yeah. Is that why? Did you feel pressure to do it?
I didn't feel pressured, but like there was a part of me that understood that there's certain expectations.
That's your role.
Yeah, he's like
case-
lobbing softballs to you.
Yeah.
Like,
In case anybody doesn't know exactly what the Netflix special is and they're trying to find it, Andy, what's it called?
Heartstrings.
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 You had to say it like that though.
I only remember the episode that I loved.
Eat your
2 doors down.
heartstring.
We know
Julian's
your
really-
heartstrings.
You hardcore gore hounds are really into stuff like heartstrings.
Well-
but our audience is really into both.
That's
We're
For
true.
the most part.
We're into being sincere.
And I sincerely have then to tickle the other half. There's a TV recommendation I have. If you haven't watched Primal on Adult Swim,
Oh my God.
it's goddamn
awesome.
beautiful. How badly do you want Gendy Tartarovsky to do a Conan?
That would be
series?
awesome. I've only got to see the first episode because I guess they
Same.
put that one out. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
He did Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Which the last season of that is like unbelievably gorgeous. Haven't seen all of it either, but Primal is even more geared towards like what I like, and it's caveman and dinosaurs, and it's gory as shit, and there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
But they get across. It's really gorgeous, and I highly recommend it. And again, it makes me feel like it's very Conan-esque.
Yeah.
Even though it's cave people. I would love. I want to find his email. I should tweet at him.
Just tweet at him. Nobody uses email anymore.
Please do a Conan series. Please,
Yeah.
please.
That would be awesome.
Where do we find it again?
It's on Adult Swim right now. Okay.
And I
on
think
their streaming app?
if you have like on Apple TV, I think the first episode is how I saw it.
Is it on Apple
there.
TV?
It just kind of popped up on there, and then I remember Jason Cretin,
Yeah.
the Cretins, was raving about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry Cretinus.
Yeah. And Brandon Boone's home. We went and saw Dr. Sleep.
What did we see, Kelley?
You saw
Dr. Sleep. So if you were out on the tour at any moment, they got to go to the Stanley.
The No Sleep Tour.
Yeah, the No Sleep podcast. They were at the Stanley Hotel, which is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I was super jealous, but he had a bunch of pictures that he shared with us, and it just looked really fun.
No spoilies, but did you guys like?
Dr. Sleep?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I was not a fan of the book.
Oh yeah.
It just wasn't what I wanted. I think because I just wanted more of the Overlook.
Yeah. I love the book. I don't know how. I'm curious as to how I'm going to feel about it.
The movie, what Mike Flanagan did with the movie is he took the book,
Yeah.
and he took Stanley Kubrick's The Shining,
Yeah.
and he tried to take the best from both of them and create something that is its own thing.
Yeah. That
And
sounds pretty cool.
and it's very good, I think. Andy,
It was good, but I just felt he crammed a lot of things into time that he didn't have. It would be better as a miniseries.
Yeah. Well, most of the, almost any.
But
Stephen
like
King
for
work
something,
would be.
a story that big, it needs something
Yeah.
more fleshed out because there's a lot of things like, what's going on? I need answers.
yeah, but as a movie, very good.
Yeah, I love him as a director.
Yeah.
I can watch him direct the phone book.
And I do really love that book. To me, that was like a return, to sort of his former form. I mean, just in terms of style, I think Stephen King for a little while, especially after that traumatic, van accident. I think it knocked something out of him, and
Probably literally.
And then I feel like Dr. Sleep, while like nothing will capture kind of those early heady, probably also because of the lack of cocaine in the system. But I felt like starting with Dr. Sleep, and maybe whatever it was that came out right before that, he started kind of getting back to that. Right around the time he started writing the Bill Hodges books too. So I
love those.
Those are great too.
Yeah.
And I love Dr. Sleep. So I'm super excited to see it.
You know what, Kelly? I'm going to make a vow to you. I'm going to make a vow to everybody in this room and the listeners.
Vow.
I'm going to finally read The Shining.
Oh, shit. You haven't read The Shining?
No, I have not. And then I will read Dr. Sleep. In 2020.
All right.
They will be my first books of the year.
Holy
Thank God.
crap.
Finally. Hopefully we get snowed in and we can read it together.
Yeah. And that's all that happens.
We read it together on the viewing party.
Yeah.
The Shining.
What page y'all on?
Oh, The Shining is my favorite Stephen King book.
So good.
But Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep. I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
It's very different from The Shining, which is actually, I like that he didn't just try to recreate The Shining. Honestly, the idea of doing something different with that character, great, because you're never going to top what you did with The Shining.
Well, and that's like when people kept calling, people who don't really know the books, and they're like, this is the sequel to The Shining. It's not, like, the book is not really a sequel to The Shining so much as characters from The Shining. Certainly, obviously, there are flashbacks and stuff, but it's a completely different story, like that really has very little to do with the Overlook specifically.
Right. It's very much like in the superhero or comic book genre, where you have an origin story for your hero.
Yeah.
The Shining is Danny's origin story,
and this is his new adventure.
And this is an adventure.
Yeah.
My issue, I think, with the Stephen King books that I like versus the Stephen King's books I don't, there's something that happens in the pacing.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sleep, the pacing didn't click for me like the pacing of the original.
And believe
Shining
me,
did.
I get that. And this is what I'm saying too. Like, it's not the same. Like,
Right.
I mean, just even again in terms of style, it's not as tight. But
Go on.
But I do think it's close. To me, it felt more like old Stephen King than the last few things I'd read. And I love the villains, although I did think they were a little too sympathetic in the book.
They're also sympathetic in the movie.
So it made it like harder although, I mean, some people might say, well, that's good. It gives you more of a conflict. And I kind of just wanted to be just super scared of them. But, so I do really like it, but I absolutely get what you mean about the pacing too. It was like a little herky jerky and like you'd have like
Happy crappy.
Yeah, a lot of happy crappy, a lot of hospital Johnnies and G's and Crows. That's what makes it a Stephen King book. As long as he throws G's and Crow in there.
G's and Crow.
Happy crappy.
Anything else for the top? Because I could talk about I could talk about Stephen King.
Yeah, I could too.
If you guys want to, I'll do it. But we just need to start a separate Stephen King book club podcast.
Book club.
We should do that.
There's none of those out there.
What?
I said there's none of those out there.
There are a lot of them, right?
I know, I'm joking, but ours would be different.
Ours will be ours.
Ours would be us.
All right. Well, there's nothing else. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
This boat is leaving the dock in 2 minutes. All decked out in fuzzy, wuzzy beetle brains.
Something's not right.
Hey, Dad, you said 15 minutes, 30 minutes ago. We're past it. He's right. We need to turn around.
You hear when the cold wind blows. It took us out in the middle of nowhere. It's slowly killing us. Everything in this camper's gonna die.
Kelley.
Yo, bro. How y'all doing? So
pretty fantastic.
So I was here last week and I was playing with that Jack in the Box. And I was just like, this is fascinating. It just, every time you turn this crank, it makes a little music. And I wanted to hear the whole song. And lo and behold, the Jack popped out and startled a little poop out of me.
Whoa.
Like just a little, I made a little poop.
Little poop?
I'm glad we missed that.
And you didn't. It was while I was here.
Yeah.
You were sitting right there.
It was so small that I didn't notice.
You didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
You didn't notice.
Did my dogs eat it?
No one knew.
Was it like Godiva to them?
They thought, well, they got to it, and then they were like, "Oh, this is not cat."
Oh, it's steak filled because that's all Kelley eats.
Oh, I did have steak last night.
Yeah.
But so then I lost the Russian roulette.
Yes, true.
Thanks for that journey you took us on.
Oh,
where you pooped and lied about it.
Yeah. But I came clean now.
Thank you.
I wanted to confess.
Is there a weight lifted off your shoulder now?
I feel better.
A weight lifted off his underwear.
I feel better.
A tiny little turd weight.
It was really, I mean, it was only a couple of, I don't know, weights.
That's funny because a couple weeks ago I shit on the air. I shit on the show too.
Oh, that's nice. He was, oop. Just for listeners, I didn't really poop.
And a poop.
But
Kelley wants to clear that up.
Kelley didn't, Andy did. All right, we're good.
So, Amy, when you described this movie to me, I also thought this is going to be garbage.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised, as I have been with so many of my recent Russian roulette movies. Yeah. This was good. Now, it's not good.
Right.
And let me explain what I mean by that. This is chock full of bad acting,
right?
And so, like, it is definitely a big riff on Christine. Like,
you know what you reminded me of? You reminded me of Bill Clinton at that point. It's like it's not good.
What?
It's not like
depends on the definition
it's like
of it.
when you get like it's like when a chunky girl gives you a blowjob in your office. You know, it's like
it's
good, but it's not like real good. But no, it. So there's a lot of bad acting. Again, Misha Barton and Denise Richards. I almost called her Denise Crosby.
That's weird.
They stand out as particularly bad at doing their jobs.
But they were never really good at their jobs, are they?
No, certainly not.
This is par for the course.
Yeah, I don't have any acting feelings associated.
I know,
with
and that's
either.
fine. But also, only one person was a good actor in this movie. Well, I take that back. The guys who play the two adult brothers are both passable, where the sort of there's like a dad and then his dad. So there's a grandpa who I will refer to. When I say the dad, it's like the dad of the family who's married to Denise Richards. He's a good actor. He's at least a passable actor.
He's a dad.
And then everyone else, his brother was kind of okay, actually, and then everybody else was bad. I guess the little girl was just a little girl. I can't say she was a good or bad actress, but so I'm not going to spoil a lot about this because I did like it. I think a lot of listeners might actually enjoy this because a lot of you guys are this is not an insult when I say this, but a lot of you are like that. Well, I'll pass some time with this.
Sure.
And for a time passer, this is actually pretty. They really built a lot of tension, and the basic idea. And this isn't really a spoiler. I might spoil a few things because I don't.
That's okay.
How do I review it if I don't?
Yeah.
But this family is getting ready to go on this cross-country RV trip where there's two brothers and they're adults, and their father, I guess, left when they were in their teens and then came back into their lives, and he wants to take them on this trip. Their mother's dead. And so they're going to take the one man has his family, his wife Denise Richards, and his daughter, a little blonde girl, and then his brother he smokes weed all the time, and then the father who just seems a little goofy, and he buys this old used RV, and it turns out this old used RV was the killing jar for a serial killer.
Oh damn!
And it is rife with psychic energy.
It's full of negative vibes.
It's full of way negative vibes.
They should have put a good vibes only sign in there.
They should have. They should have had Tommy Chong come out and bless it.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Kill.
And so they set off, and things get super creepy. And what I like about this, first of all, it does the bad acting doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter because it builds a really good atmosphere. The director, I feel like he's got some real bad directing habits. There's a lot of goofy, like, quick cuts that aren't necessary. It's very much like the let's do that thing in cheap horror movies where, like, we make glitchy sounds and we do that. So you use that a little too much, and this man loves a drone shot. Like, you know what I mean? Like those aerial
so
shots.
If I had a drone of my own.
I get it.
A drone of my own. It's going to be in my musical.
But in a movie that should be used sparingly. And he loved them. But also then, he had a really great eye, too. He would frame some shots really, really nicely and with like a lot of claustrophobia, especially in the RV. Made it feel really claustrophobic. Some really good atmospheric, vibey scenes that were super spooky. It's a really spooky movie. And they pick up... So anyway, they're on this trip, and they come across Misha Barton and her brother pulled over at the side of the road having some kind of problem, and they offer to drive them to safety. But ostensibly, first they're going to stop. They want to see these cave paintings that the grandpa and his wife went to in their youth. I don't know. So it's really not important. And again, just horrifying shenanigans ensue, and it becomes more and more clear that something is wrong with the trailer, and you find a little bit more out. Although again, it's very obvious from the beginning that it's a serial killer's trailer, so that's not really giving anything away.
Because it says stabbing wagon on the side.
It says stabbing wagon, yeah. And it says if the van is rocking,
I'm probably murdering someone.
Don't come back for another 2 to 4 hours, and please don't call the police.
Yeah,
that's a long bumper
forced
sticker
to kill you.
Yeah, well, it's one of those, you know.
I don't like those bumper stickers where like the font is so small.
You have to get right on their ass.
Yeah. You got to take a picture of it and enlarge it later, and
Then
that's
they
dangerous.
trick you, and it really just says, if you can read this, you're too close.
Yeah, it's dangerous. So it's pretty bleak. One of the things I like about this, I kept expecting there to be all these like cheap jump scares, like where they just kind of like faked you out. This movie went for it a lot of times. There was some real good gore because it looks like the kind of movie that's just going to be empty jump scares, and it's just going to be kind of like, oh, this is spooky. No, it was really like when they went for it, they fucking went for it. And there were moments where I was like, oh shit, this is intense. So I was very pleasantly surprised.
I'm just so shocked by this review. I shouldn't be. Sometimes the world can surprise you.
Yeah, well, I'm shocked by it. Yeah. I was shocked. I wasn't looking forward to watching this at all. And
I don't think my mom was very complimentary of it.
I'm going to say something you might not like to hear, but I wasn't even sure I was going to watch the whole thing.
Sure.
Sometimes that's
happens. Totally acceptable. Not. It's not.
But it does happen from time to time.
Homework.
Yeah. Did anybody call her Misha Fartin yet?
No one said that yet.
Well, there it is.
Do you want to claim it?
It's just out there now.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, you triggered something in her. That was her.
Do you think she was called Misha Fartin growing up?
Oh, yeah.
And now it's coming back again. Like, more therapy. No, thanks, Freddy.
Sorry.
She was real bad.
Yeah.
I was trying to decide who was worse.
I wasn't just sitting on Misha Fartin this whole time. I just had to.
It just came out. I know.
It was one of those things. Sometimes you just get surprised by them.
Tweet you should tweet at her, Freddy.
Like Eric Swalwell.
Right. Like if you just, I was just leaning in to say something else, and Misha Fartin came out.
Yeah.
I may have dated somebody with that last name.
Did
Actually,
you?
I did, and I made that joke, and they were like, "That brings back a lot of stuff for me."
Oh,
Like,
poor guy.
Sorry.
That's like fart and stink. Did we ever do that?
Fart and stink
instead of Bart and Fink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
I like it.
You guys like that?
I like it.
That was handcrafted just for you.
Can you tweet that at John Turturro?
I will.
Sorry.
We're tweeting at last celebrities.
Yeah. Hey, did anyone ever call you Misha Fartin? Love to see California.
So anyway, I think that I think if you are definitely looking for something that you just want to throw on a Saturday, this will more than tickle your pickle.
This or cargo shirts.
Or cargo shirts.
Whatever you want to throw on.
Put on your cargo outfit.
Yeah.
Put on your cargo gear.
Yep.
Get your ankle fanny pack.
Yeah.
And
Stuff your pockets with everything you're going to need so you don't have to leave the couch.
it probably helps to take some kind of substance.
Sure.
That might have increased my enjoyment. I can't say for sure, but it was intense.
Yeah.
In moments. So
I thought it was an RV.
No, but there was a tent. I see what you did. But they did have a tent, so it's like.
Did she fart in the tent?
Yeah, I bet she did. There was a tent though.
There was a tent. But you'll see why if you watch it. Again, don't expect a lot. Like I don't want you to go into this thinking you're gonna see like martyrs or something. It's like it's not intense like that.
You mean farters?
Starring Misha Farton.
Oh shit!
That was good.
The synergy that just whipped through this room. It's like this. It's like the energy of a serial killer. Like just bracing and like
The air's heavy.
inspiring.
Crack a window.
Smells bad in here.
But I think I think if you're a little bit more easygoing on movies like this, and when you go into it, like I know what this, I don't have high expectations. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised that it exceeds the expectations you don't have.
I appreciate that. I like when that happens.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. I genuinely, Alise and I both really enjoyed this movie. It was really good.
She will be delighted.
Really good is a strong word. It's good.
It's fine. It
Happy
was fine.
belated birthday.
It was really
Alise.
fine. Oh yes, happy birthday, love.
I forgot it was her birthday, and I thought it was because I didn't have it on my calendar, but I did.
Oh.
And I busted myself in front of her.
Yeah,
I was like,
you busted right in front of her.
I did. I totally busted right in front of her.
That happens all the
He
time.
busted a move, guys.
Yeah.
Glad you said that. It's my
Mine's out of
sister's
the gutter.
birthday. You just reminded me.
See how we take care of one another? It takes a village.
Does take a village.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's see who's going to be reviewing the next roulette movie.
Take the box.
Here's the box. What's in the box?
We already told you.
Who is
gonna
that,
be a movie.
Amy?
Oh, this is Andy.
All right, Andy.
This one's me.
Oh, Amy. You're okay. What do you know? Who's that?
You.
That's me?
Yeah. Oh, this didn't work, did it? Well, then
You
It makes that ominous noise no matter what happens.
I didn't do it right.
That's me again, right?
Are you saying-
Do we go around?
It's Freddy.
That's me. That's the ominous noise that you need.
We'll just do that.
Oh, that's an even more ominous noise.
It's more ominous.
Plus the boner sound.
I'll fix
A
it.
double boners.
Fix it
Yeah.
next time. This is a
It's
Shudder
painful.
original. Not an exclusive, an original.
Yes.
It's called Dead Detectives.
That's a movie and not a series?
It's a movie.
Wouldn't you think a Shudder original is also a Shudder exclusive though?
Well, true. It's an original exclusive.
Do you remember Duck Detective?
Yes.
Is that on Gravity Falls?
Gravity Falls.
Yeah, Duck Detective.
Yeah.
All right. Detectives. A team of hapless reality TV ghost hunters experience true paranormal activity for the first time while filming a make or break episode in the most haunted mansion in Mexico.
Oh, you're watching Grave Encounters.
Yeah.
Facing cancellation on the one hand and supernatural entities on the other, the team must figure out a way to bust the ghost, deliver the episode a lifetime, and escape with their lives intact.
Bustin' makes you feel good.
It's got really great reviews. I think it's more of a comedy.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
thought.
a horror
Yeah,
comedy.
It's a comedy.
So, we're gonna give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go. Get you, yeah, 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 yeah.
That was so beautiful, Kelley.
Thank you. I used to love marmalade.
The actual, like, orange marmalade. It's good.
So good on toast.
It is. Anything else?
No.
Kelley fancy.
I love it.
I like jelly.
I like jelly too.
Jelly's good.
Jam milkshake.
Imagine what would happen if every desire, deep inside all of us suddenly exploded.
Never forget.
What did you say, Margaret? Inside us all. Coming soon from ABC Motion Pictures.
Already been chewed motion pictures.
Yeah, already been chewed.
ABC gum.
Did you say Alise thought this might have been a TV movie?
She thought it was because she saw it on TV, but it is not.
No.
We looked it up.
Not.
Yeah.
There were butts and sexual situations.
Yeah, there's a man butt.
And
were there more butts than that?
Saucy language.
Just Tim Matheson's bottom.
Tim Matheson butt.
And a lot of Bill Paxton's arms.
But there were some surprisingly sexual situations for a 1984 film.
For a Hume Cronin joint.
For a Hume Cronin movie, yeah. For a Hume Cronin joint.
Hey, he was a sexual being.
I'm sure he was.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Hume Bonin's more like it.
Well, when you're born age 48.
Yes.
I mean,
Is there something you want to tell us, Amy?
She had an affair with Hume Cronin.
Maybe.
Do you have a Hume Cronin fetish?
Yeah.
He's got a Hume Cronin. It's Hume.
You should see the size of his Cronin.
Occasionally mix up Ugly Kid Joe and Faith No More and Hume Cronin and Hugh Downs. Anybody else?
From 2020.
I was like, oh, that's Hume Cronin. And in my head, I was probably thinking of Hugh Downs.
So
it'd be funny if he played that role.
I've been hanging out with Mikey B too long.
1984, director Graham Baker normally makes graham crackers.
Oh.
Ding ding.
That's awesome.
After a small earthquake in a tiny quiet town, local citizens start to exhibit bizarre, violent, and self-destructive behavior.
Oh, you go.
No, I was just going to say it starts off with Jennifer, played by Meg Tilly, ironically.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Fresh off of Psycho 2.
Yeah, which was goofy as hell.
I like it.
I do like it, but it's a bad movie.
Well, it is. I don't know.
It had enough. I think this is a great movie to watch when you're like with a couple of friends.
Impulse or Psycho 2?
We were talking about Psycho 2.
Oh, I was looking at a text message.
Oh, I thought this was a good movie.
This movie, I like it.
Yeah, it's like a subtler version of The Crazy.
I still say that I think this movie is a great one when you sit down with a few friends and you've got some moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we did. We were a couple of friends with moonshine.
Just us two.
Yeah, we sat down as friends.
But I thought it was a goofy movie.
So Jennifer,
but fun goofy. I mean that in a positive way.
Jennifer's a ballerina. And
Jennifer's a ballerina. Tim Matheson is her man.
He's a surgeon, or he's a surgical resident.
Yeah.
He's learning to be a surgeon. He's like a surgeon.
He's like a surgeon. Cutting for the very first time.
Yeah. Meg Tilly gets a call from her mama.
Oh, y'all got jokes today.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's all for you, Andy.
Her mama calls her, and it sounds like your typical
mom-daughter conversation.
I was gonna say,
what has happened to you in your life that this is typical?
No, like your typical like. It's time to put mom in a home call.
Yes, I just thought I was just waiting to see where you were going with.
It's like an AT&T commercial.
Your mom never called you and called you a whore,
slut, prostitution whore.
It was like when you heard the Alpine White commercial.
Yeah.
This is like what happened to me. I was like, oh,
triggered.
I miss my mom.
I remember when my mom would call and scream at me like that.
That's not true. Your mom was an angel, Andy. Your mom was an angel. None of your moms ever did this.
Now they're literal angels.
Literal angels.
Because they did.
Kelly, your mom was an angel.
Oh, I know.
She walked like an angel.
Your mom's still alive, Mike, so we're not. We don't know what she's up to.
Angels.
There's still time.
Earth angels.
My mom's there's still time for her to be a devil.
So they come home because obviously something's wrong. Her mom has shot herself in the head at the conclusion of this call.
Not well.
No, she failed.
She survived.
Yeah,
she made an oopsie.
It looked like a starter pistol anyway, so it was probably just a ball of cotton.
It was a cap gun.
Yeah.
It was just the sound just burst her eardrum. Should be fine in a couple of days if Hume Cronin doesn't do what he does.
Oh, she's doing it for attention.
So she comes home. Dr. Carr, that's Hume Cronin's character, is the only, like, the town, he says, has 2 nurses, and this guy's the only doctor.
She should have been moved to a bigger city with better trauma facilities, because I'm sorry, like a gunshot to the head in this podunk 2-nurse town, that's just malpractice.
Maybe they couldn't even move her because they'd kill her. Maybe they're that small. They're like, look, you got 2 options, the window or the stairs. Anyways, Dr. Carr, who loves a cigarette.
Yeah, he does.
And they look more like joints than cigarettes.
Yeah, they do.
And he is lighting them one after the other. He is taking care of the mama, who is on a ventilator, keeping her alive. And so Jennifer and
she looks like a video for one.
Yeah.
She's just like moving her head.
Now that the farm is through with me.
Yep.
Oh, poor lady.
So
I know we joked about it, but that was actually a pretty effective scene.
It was. I think
a lot of them were, honestly.
Yeah. They feel like real people.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's not a very like Hollywood polished kind of movie. It's like, again, The Crazies is a great comparison.
It's like if you took The Crazies and brought it like home to yourself, like if you scaled it down to because listen, I'm going to say something that might be controversial. George Romero's version of The Crazies to me is not a very good movie. Like it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's a great idea. I don't know that he executed it super well. And so I do really like the remake.
Me too.
That was fun.
And I like the idea of this. And so this kind of like takes it and brings it down to a level where you can almost like wrap your head around. It's not like it was very gonzo.
Yeah, it was very grounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which some people will probably experience that as it being slow or boring.
Agreed.
So like if you saw the remake of The Crazies, that is a very tense and action-packed movie. This is it's a slower burn.
This is a slow burn.
I liked kind of the real kind of the natural way that it progresses through the town where you're not even quite sure who is fucked up yet. Like everything seems relatively normal, and then Stewart, is that his name?
Stewart, Tim Matheson
is just hanging out waiting for Meg Tilly, and this old man just comes up and pisses on his car.
Yeah.
Just toddles away and says, "Have a nice day."
Yeah.
Then like the guy that Meg Tilly grew up with that clearly has a crush on her in the bar.
Oh, never mind.
Like comes up to her and is very
has a meltdown. Yeah.
He wants to cut in. Yeah.
Aggressively tries to take her away, which honestly probably happens once an evening to a woman in this country.
Right.
Anyway, so it's like you can't even really find your footing on who's bonkers yet.
And that conversation she had with her childhood friend, the lady.
Yeah.
And she was talking about like, where's your husband today? And she was like, I wish he was dead or something.
Yeah.
I was like, that seems like a very actual conversation.
Oh, was that her sister? That wasn't her sister.
Yeah. She was
Margot.
They
her
were
friend.
just friends that grew up together, and she's the one, like Jennifer's the one that went away to the city, and she's the one who had the kids and got married.
Right.
So that seemed like an actual conversation that some people would have to, like, she was venting, but she actually was like meant it, I guess.
Yeah, you can tell. Well, yeah, that was what was great too. And like some of the things that people, kind of were influenced to do, it wasn't even like they were doing it all over the place. Again, like I thought the Hume Cronin subplot was so creepy, and the way it progressed, like him like almost realizing like the first time, because we're obviously spoiling this. So,
yeah.
So as Hume Cronin is the doctor of this mother, she's on this ventilator and he's alone with her, and obviously whatever it is starts to affect him, and he accidentally like leans on her tube and it starts to cut her oxygen off, and like you see this moment where he realizes like, oh, I kind of like that, like, and then he keeps doing it like later, and it's like just real creepy and real feeling, and I thought that was a real effective illustration of what the contaminant is doing to people.
And then the cops like crazy chasing this kid through the town because he stole something, and I'm like, that, and then they shoot him with the fucking AK or something.
Like, that kid
and I'm
got
like,
sprayed too.
That happens in this country, only the kid is black and not white like in this movie.
That was super intense.
Yeah.
When he shoots the kid, it was very realistic.
Anytime a kid dies in a movie, I know like, damn, this movie's not fucking around.
Right. That actor, by the way, plays the sheriff. I don't know if you've seen Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. He was one of the the gang that kills our hero in that, or our monster, whatever you want to call him.
Our hero monster.
But he's he's like this character actor who is he's just an icky.
He's just a fat.
But he's fat. He's also, but he has an icky quality to him.
Yeah, I
thought it was.
He's just a fat.
He's a fat icky.
That scene. That scene was kind of amplified because the kid gets shot, and it's in front of like an entire. I think the church was like letting out, and the only thing that people were really upset about is that the sheriff is spraying basically shops and shattering the glass. Nobody acknowledges the fact that the kid just got killed right in front of them. Yeah, it's just like, you're breaking my windows for my store shop.
Right.
Like this whole town is just totally turned.
They all got a bad case of the Pawnee Pool.
Oh, they do.
They do. Oh yeah.
So I like when Jennifer and what's his name again? Stuart. They come back to the family farm, and Jennifer's brother Bill Paxton is there. And his body rejects sleeves.
Yeah, it does. Nothing he owns has sleeves.
Not a single
he's like Mac.
thing. Yeah, he's like Mac from It's Always Sunny.
He's country Mac.
Yeah. And
it happens to Mathis later. He rejected sleeves later.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, that was a great part of that too, where he's like, I look cool like this.
Yeah.
It's like, ew, that's
what led up to this scene was the silliest thing that ever happened in the movie, where Tim Matheson is like, oh, I'm chilly, and Bill Paxton's like, you can go up to my room and grab a jacket. And what Tim Matheson grabs is a sleeveless vest.
They all love the way that's all there are.
And but like that's a part of this thing. It's like he loves the way he looks in it.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's like, you're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. Don't look at my drawer. Sorry for being such a shit to you. Okay. So the dining room scene, which I really enjoy, and I think there's in this dialogue there is an alternate that I think should have been the title of the movie. But they are having dinner, and Tim Matheson, they pour him a nice big glass of milk because this is a dairy farm.
Yeah,
and he takes a drink. He's like, I never knew milk could taste so good. And Bill Paxton says, tits to table.
Oh, yes, he does.
And that should
Freddie couldn't get over it.
I know, you love the line.
Freddie
tits to table.
Freddie was so tickled by this, he texted about us.
Yeah. I've never heard tits to table. Is this tits to table?
I've never heard it either.
It was like farm to table. You know?
Yeah. So, anywho.
Only the finest restaurants serve milk tits to table.
Yeah, and they're killing the milk. The milk turns up, if you watch, milk is like the color red in The Sixth Sense. If you go back, all the dairy moments in this, like the kids at the ice cream shop,
constant just cream dripping everywhere.
There's just cream. This movie is so creamy,
creamy white. Oh, they were tied in together.
Yeah,
but
synergy.
It turns out that
meant to be.
The brother wants to F the sister.
It does, but that's not part of the sickness.
No,
that's just him.
That was just
happening. That was already going on, and you have he has an aggressive vibe about him from the get-go, and you think that he is going to be kind of the problem at some point.
Yeah.
When really he was just always a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love, again, like you don't ever know that him or her dad, they don't ever exhibit real signs of having the issue. Which is, again, a great subtle touch. I see what you mean, too, about it feeling like it might be too slow for some people.
You don't get high on your own supply.
But I really liked it. I thought it was pretty creepy, slow build.
Yeah.
There's just some weird sex moments. Mm-hmm. So can I ask you guys a question? Because I got a little confused, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where, is it Tim Matheson that unzips his pants to get his dick sucked? And is that her friend?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or was it a little girl?
That's just a girl. And I kind of read her as a kid too, and Amy was like, no. And the actor was like 25 or something. So
if what the contaminant in the milk is doing is kind of bringing out your worst impulses, right?
Yeah.
So Tim Matheson, at this point, they're figuring out something's wrong. So he goes to the police station to kind of, I don't know, do research.
Mama Pajama rolled out of bed.
Yeah. And he was alone there, and he's like going through this desk or whatever, and he hears a noise and he looks up, and there's a woman sitting on the bench. Now, I think what she had either been brought in there because she did a crime, because her worst impulses were being brought out.
She did a crime.
And she's wearing like a little short dress and like seductively chewing gum and kind of staring at him. And so I think her kind of...
I gotcha.
So Tim Matheson kind of walks up and goes, zip. and she goes gum under her bench.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad she took the gum out.
Yeah.
So I think both of them had been infected at that point, and they were both kind of just doing the thing. Yes, she looked young. I don't think she was supposed to be any kind of child.
I wasn't sure because she was clearly an adult actress. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because for a second I didn't even realize. Like I thought it was Tim Matheson, and then I thought he looked different.
I said the same thing to Amy.
Yeah.
I said, wait, was that Tim Matheson that just does it? Because it didn't build in any significant way other than all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'm going to put my dick in there.
Yeah. And so for a second I was like, is this happening at a school? What is happening?
Right. It kind of felt like outside the principal's office kind of vibe. Now that actor, the one who was taking Tim Matheson's penis.
Yes.
Okay. That is the model for Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And she is like an animation writer, director. Now she worked on Animaniacs, all kinds of stuff.
Good for her.
Always a Disney connection.
Yeah, there's got to be a Disney connection. I looked up every person in this cast at some point.
I love the scene in this movie with the kind of the Children of the Corn build up.
Oh
scene.
yeah,
that's my favorite scene in this whole film, where she goes in to basically is realizing that the mom, her friend, has broken, sprained, whatever, the wrist of one of her kids, and she's like going to try to rescue them. It's my favorite. I need to look at the actual line, what it is. It's my favorite line in the whole film. Farm to Tit is pretty good though.
Farm to Tit.
When she's like, the friend or the main girl realizes it, and she's like, I'm gonna get these kids out of here. And then basically proceeds to take these monsters.
Yeah, she thinks she's protecting them. Yeah,
yeah, and she finds out like A, they've flattened her tires. B, they're gonna trap her inside of a garage and do this like real like problem child thing with like closing the garage on her. And then C, they're gonna basically throw fire in there and not let her out.
Yeah,
and then she's like comes back out and tries to tell her friend or who's been awful that like your kids tried to kill me and they flattened my tires, and her friend just looks at her and goes, being a mom is hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. I thought that was a really good
like that
build.
because like a lot of people use that excuse.
Oh yeah. And what's great about that scene too, and
like Facebook, like being my parents hard.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is something.
Would it be great if she's like, I can't adult today?
Oh God!
And she lit a cigarette.
I think Meg Tilly was knocking it out of the park in this movie. I thought she was really good, and when she finally escapes that situation, she just has this reaction where she's just like, Jesus, and it felt really real. I was like, that's exactly what I would say. Like, holy shit, what the fuck, guys? Like.
It did. It's like that awkward moment too when you're around like somebody's, or like you're at the mall or something, and some parent is like losing their mind with their kids, and you're like, they catch that eye that maybe you're giving them judgment,
and they're like, you're not a parent, are you?
Right. It's like she gets this opportunity to say being a parent is hard after her kids have basically tried to kill her.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Well, my favorite scene was in the bank. And that old lady steals the money.
Oh, that was awesome. That was a really great scene too.
You know how you called her an old lady just then? Do you want to know how old that actor was when they made this?
Is it like Golden Girls where they were supposed to be like 40?
She was 50 years old.
Were the Golden Girls supposed to be 40?
The actor.
No,
that was just Blanche lying all the time.
But my favorite scene is like she steals the money and they said, hey, you can't walk out with that. She's like, why not?
Yeah.
And then she walks out and then she just whacks somebody with a purse.
Well, they set her off because the teller closes her window right when she gets to it to go talk to Jennifer because they're childhood friends.
Which is bad customer service.
It is.
Well, again, it's like the disease starting to take hold. Yeah. You don't even realize it.
Yeah, that could be her. Even her just closing her window could be part of the impulsiveness.
That'll get a blender to your face.
Yeah.
I kind of identify with that.
That was Colin's manager that did that when he worked at McDonald's. Yeah.
Oh, he knows that lady that our local McDonald's with the blender.
Do they like each other?
Face.
Yeah, she told him he shouldn't work there because she's not going to be able to work there much longer. This was a few weeks or a month or two before that happened.
There must be that contaminant at the McDonald's down the street.
Our locals.
It explains a lot.
It's in the ice cream machine that never works.
Yeah. That did have a joke that I was like, I feel like in the 80s played a lot better than it did now, and I didn't get it because the old guy, there's another guy that's like also helping this whole joke and scary thing happen, who's also stealing money at the same time, and his defense of it that he's took the money is he's like, this is my Christmas club money.
Yeah.
And that like hit something with me that I feel like in the 80s I would have gotten that joke, but I didn't get it.
You don't know what a Christmas club is?
I don't know what
I don't either.
A Christmas club is a special savings account.
Okay.
That you put into automatically like every so often. It's just, and then they cut you a check or give you cash at the end right before Christmas so you can buy gifts with it.
It's like a reverse layaway.
That sounds like an 80s thing.
I mean, you don't really see them anymore.
Yeah.
But
does layaway exist anymore?
Layaway
Walmart it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Layaway is still a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Christmas club was just saving for a specific thing.
So basically, you put money in a savings account and then got it at Christmas to buy your gifts.
Well, like we have our Trader Sam's cocktail money savings account.
Yeah, we do.
For our trip.
We're ahead
a few months.
on that. That's the only thing we're ahead in.
Yeah, that's smart. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Got to get my tiki drinks on.
Yeah, get your tiki going.
It's really pointless in this era of credit.
Yeah.
It's just psychological. You know what I mean?
Rose had a Christmas club.
Who did?
Rose.
Rose and
Golden
Island?
Girls.
So it's kind of like in the 80s even, it was sort of an old people thing.
I mean, it was something that carried over. Like the generation prior to ours is probably the last generation that was a common thing.
That, yeah.
Fucking boomers, am I right?
So the actor Anne Haney, I wanted to talk about her, the older lady who
The purse lady?
She was only 50.
Oh, okay.
She's only 50, but she had this great career. She actually passed away in 2001 at 67.
I very much
She looked familiar.
recognize.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of things.
Yeah, 120 credits. She basically appeared once on every show that existed until
And I think she played a bitch
she
in
died.
most.
Yeah. Most of the time she played
Was she on Murder, She Wrote eventually?
She was on Murder, She Wrote.
She's the original RBF face kind of lady.
Yeah.
She was in the Psycho remake. She was on 2 Star Trek series. She was on Next Gen and Deep Space Nine.
Oh.
God, just everything. You name it. So anyways,
The X-Files?
Oh, that's a good one, Amy. I don't know about
Briscoe
the
County
She was
Engineer?
on ER though.
I don't recognize her from
Any
the X-Files,
big
but
movies that she for some reason there's something from my childhood that she was like a big part of.
she has a very distinctive voice.
Yes.
Look this lady up, listener, and you'll know who I'm talking about or not. But
I think a lot of people will probably get her mixed up with what's her name from who played Flo on Alice.
Oh, Polly Holiday.
Polly Holiday is a very
Mrs.
similar.
Deagle, yeah.
Was she in Gremlins?
That's
Polly
Holiday
was.
She's Mrs. D.
They have a very similar vibe.
You just got like crotchety bank ladies mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes.
But you know how my dream is to throw a drink in somebody's face?
Yes.
My other dream is to hit somebody with a purse.
Oh yeah, you could.
Well, we could go get you some of this milk and you'll just do it.
Yeah,
I want to do organically.
He doesn't need the milk.
Yeah, I don't want to do it just because.
All right, Andy, you know what we're going to do for Christmas?
What's that? Go put my Christmas club?
We're going to go.
I'm going to club you with
We're
Christmas.
going to go out for a nice meal somewhere. And I'm going to hand you my purse.
Oh my goodness. Are you going
get
to
you
do
a
this for him?
drink.
Are you going to give this to him?
And then I'm going to start calling you names.
Oh, it's like Make a Wish.
And you have my permission
Am I dying?
Good friend.
to do that.
I don't want to do it to my friends, but I want to.
No, I'm gonna call you names.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
She's
call
gonna be
you
real mean to you.
a shart monkey.
Is
Because
that
you shart a lot.
Is that an insult?
Well, you shart a lot. I'm gonna call
I'm
you.
just gonna end up making him laugh.
Yeah, just take that as a compliment.
I do call you bitch butts all the time.
You call everybody bitch butt.
I know.
Maybe we should just get him a purse for Christmas that just
Okay.
called us Christmas Club.
I'm gonna get you Sophia Petrillo's purse because I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, it's got a nice handle. You
bamboo.
can swing.
Yeah, I think it has a good heft
There's a super spoilery lobby card for this.
Yeah.
Where it's this,
for the movie we're talking about.
Yeah, for Impulse, where it's Bill Paxton with his brains blown out against the wall.
I thought it was going to be like that girl blowing Tim Matheson.
That was a great reveal. Him like showing her how he killed her brother.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's like, I have to show you something. It's Bill Paxton. I blew his brains out.
Yeah, and he's all ring dead on the floor, like.
He's like, speaking of having your brains blown out, I got to tell you something else.
So, like, all of this is crescendoing, and they've kind of figured out what's going on. After Bill Paxton dies, is that when Tim Matheson kind of runs off?
He steals his identity. He steals Bill Paxton's sleeveless
got the
denim identity.
sleeveless
His
jacket on.
identity.
He decides he wants to be Bill Paxton.
He cuts off all his sleeves.
That's his impulse.
Obviously, I'm Bill Paxton. Can't you see my no sleeves?
Game over, man. Game over.
He ends up in the woods. Were they running away in the truck? And then she got stuck.
She got stuck in the truck.
Doesn't matter. So he finds the source of the contaminant and follows it back to the dairy farm and realizes it's dripping into the milk. So, oh shit.
The tits to table.
So what you realize later is there's this throwaway line at the dinner table from
Maybe
early
it
on.
should have been tits to cleaning facility to table.
I guess even
Testing
if
pasteurizer.
you can't pasteurize this shit out. But and then you go back to if you're like me, you remember this moment in the beginning when Meg Tilly's like, "Oh, I don't drink milk. Dad, you know I don't like milk." So she's not contaminated because she's never had the milk.
Yeah.
And then the government shows up.
We should remake this with Andy as the Meg Tilly character, only it's a hot dog farm.
Yeah.
And Andy's like, I don't eat hot dogs.
Well, how can Andy even act that way?
Yeah.
Well, you won't even know I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a sequel where like they get it under control, but now they like figure out like if we put a little bit in milk, we can sell it, and like it's like a high where people can like get rid of like they can let their impulses out a little bit.
That's called the stuff.
And the town becomes like a huge like rich town because they're selling this illicit milk, and then it becomes a boring thing about like regulation.
Is it Nilbog milk?
It's better.
So at the end, where the airplanes flying over, like crop dusting, is that
poison?
It's poison. Like, are they? Is the government killing everybody?
Yeah.
It's like return, right? Where they just obliterated the town,
which they came out the same year.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
No,
Return came out in '85.
Oh yeah,
but pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, Tim Mathigan. Kathleen Madigan.
Timothy Mathigan.
I gotta take math again. I didn't do so well last year.
He gets shot by a government guy.
Yeah.
Does she live? I can't remember.
She
walks into the dust.
Yeah,
she walks away.
She kills the government people.
Yeah, she just runs his car, the truck into him.
She kills the dude, the government guy, and then
you almost beat the government people.
And then credits.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak.
So that the government guy is Peter Jason.
Oh, Peter Jason.
Jason Peters.
John Phillip.
Who is also a great character actor. 262 credits, still working. Most recently in a film called The Ascent, which is another horror film.
That's where people come out of a cave to experience monsters on the land.
Yeah. But he's also been on Baskets, which is awesome if you're not watching that on FX.
You just wanted to talk about Baskets.
That's all I was. No, and he was in Jurassic World. And then he made it sound like this.
Freddy loves him some IMDb, doesn't he?
I just love character actors. Yeah. He was in They Live.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness, if I remember right. Like he's worked with John Carpenter a lot.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peter Jason. Peter Jason.
P.D. Jace.
P.D. Jace. I was just thinking that.
P.D. Jace.
Peter Jason.
He's Peter adjacent.
Anyways, he's great.
Yeah.
Impulse.
So
actually, describing the movie made me have more fun.
Yeah.
I think it notched it up for me all of a sudden just then.
Yeah.
We heard all the good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to sit through any of the weird
Any of the
parts.
slow stuff. Yeah.
So thanks, Alise, for the recommendation.
For sure.
Yeah, baby. Good job.
I literally have never heard this movie until
neither.
she brought this up.
Not a bit.
I just kept saying it sounds like the Crazies.
Who massages somebody with witch hazel on their back?
Oh my God! I went into a whole bit about that
That's
at the time. I
upsetting.
was like, "Don't do that. Use some oil.
Yeah.
You're gonna dry that man out."
It was a total
hazel-
tease anyway. Like she rubbed him twice and it was like, done.
Yeah.
That upset me because one, I'm sensitive to witch hazel and it breaks me out. So it's like, don't get near me with that. But it's like
But you're the name.
it's like a toner. It's don't put that on your back for a massage.
Well,
you
what's
dumb
funny is
cunt.
it's funny it gives you a rash because it usually helps with rashes.
Exactly. No, I know. I'm just sensitive to
But
it.
yeah, you don't. It's not a massage oil.
No.
Don't ever do that.
No.
It's if nothing else, it's a huge waste of witch
You're wasting
hazel.
your witch
It's because
hazel.
she was going crazy.
Yeah. He's like, "Do you have any stringents back there? You can rub all over my
Yes,
back."
it's an astringent.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, you guys.
So, Freddie, you ready to talk about our patrons?
Sure.
You don't look like it.
I'm not really.
So next week we're going to watch Emily's pick. Does anybody remember what that was? I'll look it up.
Did she say Suicide Club?
That was one of them. Yeah. She gave us two options.
Which one are we going with?
I think Suicide Club was the idea. But patrons, while Amy is doing that, we'll announce whoever, by the way, wins the mailing list raffle next episode. We won't be having feedback because we skipped a week because of Dollywood.
Wow.
So Jimmy B
drank the milk.
Tits the table.
Branan Boone, totally tits the table. Had so much fun seeing Dr. Slap with you. Dr. Slap.
Dr. Slap.
Cassie and Jeremy and Gamora. Much love to you guys.
Mikey's wearing his Cassie scarf.
He is. Bill F. up in New York City.
Hey, Bill. A place where it's impulse every day.
Yeah. It's just hedonistic.
I don't know, they seem, I feel like New York is so...
I'm just kidding.
It seems so controlled to me.
It is now.
It's a super controlled place, yeah. You got to get out into the deserts and have some ayahuasca. To get,
Yeah, I know.
Opposite of New York. Blake Heath.
Sir, don't drink the milk. You can have a milk stout.
I love a milk stout. Well, not anymore, but I did.
Yeah.
I still love them.
You just don't drink them.
Yeah.
Amanda James.
Hey.
Someone named Alise Kombrinck.
What? She has crazy disease for sure.
She's crazy disease.
She's crazy cool.
Crazy, sexy, cool.
Jeff Lancaster.
Do you...
Yahoo.
Do you drink my milkshake?
Tree and Alex.
Their milkshakes bring the boys to the yard.
And they're like...
Ernie.
Oh, his is better than yours.
Perez.
Oh.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Mark Watts.
What's up?
We've done that so many times.
I know.
But it's never not funny.
So happy.
Mark Gigawatts.
It's like a fart joke. It's never not funny.
2.1 Gigamark Watts.
And Misha Farton.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Thank you. I'm sorry we made fun of you.
Yeah.
She's a patron now.
Branan and Emily.
Yay.
Hey, okay, we are doing Emily's Pick Suicide Club.
All right.
What was the other pick?
She said if we had covered Suicide Club, her second was Yellow Brick Road, but we've actually talked about Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, we talked about Yellow Brick.
Yeah, we've never done Suicide Club.
I don't even know what it is. I'm excited.
Iona Goodwin.
I own a good one too.
I rent.
Has that ever? Has anybody ever said that to you, Iona?
She's like only every day.
Aww.
And last but certainly not least, Adam Ingram.
Aw, the first man.
The first man.
So shirts, pins, they're all here. We just
Shirts and skins.
Amy and I need to make
I'm going to get started
night.
on it Friday after Thanksgiving. I just have a lot of work to do before Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're off Friday.
Since Freddie and I host Thanksgiving. And life is hard. And you know what? I'm going to therapy and I'm going to figure it all out. Okay?
Yeah. It'll get you.
It's hard being a parent.
We promise before the end of the year, every year, we'll get your shirts and pins to you.
They will. I'm just tired all the time.
I'm so tired. What a great way to end an episode.
Yeah.
So tired.
So tired.
So tired.
But we love you. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
You're
good,
the right.
Yeah.
Good.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Be safe.
Yeah.
And if you hate Thanksgiving, fuck Thanksgiving. And if you only kind of like it, it's all right. Whatever you want. Whatever you think is good, we say that to you.
I love Thanksgiving.
I like it too.
I like any day that's just about eating.
We're having Steaksgiving, but it's,
That's every day for me. Shit.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving's pretty special to me.
Yeah, it's nice to set aside some time to be just grateful for something.
Yeah.
Everyone, hopefully y'all have something to be grateful for.
I'd rather be in Disney World, but
Like Mikey B will be.
I'm glaring at Mike right now.
You are. I can feel it.
So for Thanksgiving, I'm going to bring crazy milk to the table.
Oh, you should tits to table,
Yeah.
right from your own
Yeah.
tits
Yeah.
to our table.
You guys remember that band Crazy Town?
Oh yeah, they were playing them
Butterfly,
at
sugar,
the bar. We went and saw my son's band play last night, and as we were leaving on the between bands,
I thought you meant Crazy Town was coming up on
Yeah.
stage.
They
They
opened for Crazy Town. Yeah, it was great. And
Did they do
were
Butterfly?
playing Sugar Baby. Yeah,
Sugar Baby.
Well, Butterfly. Yeah, they were like, I was like, hey, listen, it's going.
You got the Sugar Babies?
Sugar Baby.
I was like, we got to get out of here fast
So
before the chorus.
1 week,
Don't forget your coat. Let's just go.
come my baby, come
Oh
my baby.
no!
Oh no, they got us.
It feels like falling.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 1 week, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed.